This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well. Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA since 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Well, that was ugly. With a capital U-G-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly. You ugly. That was just embarrassing. I'm sorry. A lot of people want to say, it's a job. You can't be good every night. Things go wrong. You can't say that it's embarrassing. They're the best at their craft. I disagree. That was embarrassing. They put up a little fight at the end. Shohei Ohtani, his 36th home run, 405 feet. To left field again. 4 games in a row. He's gone deep, but
this is what you'll be talking about.
Errors, pitching, not good. The Dodgers have now dropped 11 of their last 14. Fortunately, from a standings perspective, Padres lost tonight. Giants were winners. See where that leaves us. Dodgers now 4 ahead of the Padres, 6.5 ahead of the Giants. So they're hanging tough. It could be worse, I guess, considering this funk is just lingering on. It started off bad with Yamamoto throwing 53 pitches in the first 2 innings. I think he had 36 in the second. Will Klein was not good tonight. Ben Kasparius basically took himself out of the game, mercifully. And if you want to be the most frustrated about one specific play, it was the Edgardo Enriquez play where a nubber to first base turned into 3 runs. Kasparius got yanked because he couldn't find the zone. He walked 3 batters to load the bases and then acted like it was an injury. I think that was saving face. I don't know. He just was kind of like confused and, pretend maybe he's injured. I don't want to minimize, but it was like, it didn't seem like he was injured. Then all of a sudden he was injured because he couldn't find the strike zone. 3 walks and a double that made it 4-3. Then it was 5-3 and Vasquez got a single to make it 6-3. And then Enriquez came in and there was a little nubber down the first baseline. He hesitated getting there and then fumbled it and then chucked it into right field all the way to the warning track. Just eat it. WTF. What the heck was that? Just brutal. So many things wrong with that. I mean, stop hesitating, get to the ball, pick it up with your bare hand. Simple basics. PFP, pitcher fielding practice. Pick it up with your bare hand. And if you don't have a play, because it was a tough position, it was right on the baseline, then eat it. Let the 1 run score. It's a completely different ball game. Freddie just stood there as the ball rolled all the way to the warning track. That is a just frustrating moment on steroids. Roy has a question here. Pete, riddle me this. Conforto comes up twice, runners on first and second, nobody out. Why can't Conforto bunt? He always hits into double plays. Yeah. Well, he did have a double tonight, but how about this, Roy? The Dodgers led off the inning with a walk 6 out of 7 times. You know what leadoff walks turn into more often than not? Runs. Dodgers couldn't turn anything tonight into runs. Although, 10-7, Shohei Ohtani Andy Pages with home runs. But I mean, the Dodgers don't deserve to look at this game and go, well, we were close. We were in it. I agree. Dusty agrees with Roy that they don't play small ball. We've said this over and over again. Play for some runs. Stop trying to win every game via the home run. I totally agree. It's right, especially now. Right now, when they are struggling to find ways to win games, when the pitching staff is a mess, and every time they do something good, the next frame, they give it right back. It's like in tennis when you break serve and then you turn right around and get broken. It's just, it's infuriating. The confidence level, I mean, it's just so bad. 0 for 4, Mookie at the top of the lineup. Freddie, 1 for 4, a couple of runs scored because he walked. I'm sorry, 1 run scored. Will Smith, 2 runs scored. Will Smith still hitting the ball hard, although he did strike out twice tonight. 325 batting average, just under 1,000 OPS. Freddie's hitting the ball hard still, starting to get a little bit more comfortable and become a little bit more consistent again. Seems to be enjoying it. Pages, 2 for 3. So, he had been struggling, had the home run, 3 RBI, Conforto a hit and a run scored. Hesong Kim, 1 hit, accounting for 2 runs to pull the Dodgers within 1. But this constant need to dig out of a hole and come back is, the Dodgers are, how'd the stat go? They have given up the most first inning runs or fallen behind more early in the game than any team in the majors. And consequently, because they can hit the ball, they have the most comeback wins in all of Major League Baseball with 35. But you can't keep that up. You can't expect to come back in every game. It just, you need to cruise sometimes, like last night. I mean, it felt good, and I thought they were going to turn it into something more. But they didn't. Right out of the gate, Yamamoto struggling. Fielder's choice turns into a run. Then Vasquez, this was the second inning anyway. First inning went pretty smoothly. The second inning was bumpy as heck for Yamamoto. Vasquez, he's batting in the hundreds, like 180 or something. He had a nice night with a couple of hits. What's Vasquez is batting 190, 2 for 4 tonight with 3 RBI. So bad pitches over the plate. I couldn't figure out anything. 2 errors. Miggy at third base had one early in the game where he just looked totally confused. He booted it, and Mookie picked it up and fired it to second. Too late, pulled Haesong off the bag. That kind of stuff is, that's 2 out of 3 nights where the Dodgers have faltered on defense. And you don't see that from them. It's like it's a black cloud hanging over there. Dodger fans were leaving early. And I know Dodger fans are notorious for leaving games early, but it feels like lately it hasn't been as big an epidemic. It seems like people are hanging around more, but tonight I just was like, I was ready to start the show in the 8th inning. Like, this is ridiculous. It doesn't feel like there's any fight in the dog. They had it last night, but it couldn't keep it up tonight. Just kind of lingering around. I guess the bright spot is they are hitting the long ball, but you can't live on that alone. It's not enough. You got to manufacture some runs every now and then, and you got to have some shutdown innings. One of the things that's probably the most ironic is that Enriquez, an inning and 2/3, 1K, the rest zeros. Too bad he can't play defense. Holy cow. 10-7. Twins win it tonight. Damn. Just need something to happen tomorrow to win this series and hopefully right the ship a little bit. Put on a happy face as they head out on the road. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, where we hang out after losses and commiserate. Don't forget to check out the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast with Travis Rogers Monday through Friday. I'm Pete Fox. We'll take a break. Come right back. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball, under the lights, golf, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every moment even more exciting. You're already watching, you're already paying attention, you're already involved and immersed in the action. Why not make it a little bit more thrilling with FanDuel? You can get on the game while your friends are getting sunburned on the beach. If you're new to FanDuel and you're a new customer, you'll get $5 if you'll sorry, you can bet $5. We've been saying this for years, and I can't, all of a sudden the last few days I'm just totally screwing it up. New customers, you bet $5, and if that bet wins, you get $150 in bonus bets, FOC, free of charge. So make sure that first bet is a winner. Find a gimme and put $5 on it and turn it into $150 free bonus bets. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. Tonight's episode also brought to you by OpenPhone. If you're running a business, you know that every missed call is money left on the table. Boy, isn't that the truth. Think about the last time you had a service emergency, like a burst pipe, or this happened to me multiple times recently with our rental property. I needed, what did I need? I needed my dishwasher fixed in one of them, and I needed a bug spray. I needed the house to be sprayed. And I called multiple people straight to voicemail or automation. I'm like, next, I want to speak to a human being. Well, that's where OpenPhone comes into play. This is why you need OpenPhone. It's the #1 business phone system that helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or computer. Did you juggle 2 phones just to keep the business and personal calls separate? OpenPhone solves that instantly. So go to openphone.com. They are having a special offer right now for Locked On Dodgers postcast listeners. You get 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/LockedOnMLB. That's openphone.com/LockedOnMLB. And if you have existing numbers with another service, OpenPhone will port them over at no extra charge. My mom just moved into a senior living facility, and we were trying to port over her number. They wanted to charge me $100. I'm like, to port over a number? OpenPhone does it for free. They were like, well, call OpenPhone then. I said, I will. So check them out. OpenPhone. No missed calls. No missed customers. Dodgers fall tonight 10-7. Ugly loss. Playing behind all night. They tied it at 3. That didn't last very long. Bases loaded walk. Lewis scoring Correa rather, but had a much better night. And surprisingly, Dodger fans weren't all over him. I was kind of surprised by that and a little disappointed. I was hoping they would continue to razz him and give him a load of crap that he deserves. He was 2 for 3 tonight with 4 runs scored, a couple of walks. So he made up for an ugly night last night. Buxton was 1 for 5. Jeffers 0 for. Castro 1 for 5. France was 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. Lewis 0 for. How did that happen? 0 for 4 with 3 RBI. That's bizarre. How did he get 3 RBI and going over? Did he walk with the bases loaded 3 times? Saving first on throwing error. So he had a fielder's choice throwing error. That's 1. Then he walked 1. So that's 2. Weird, bizarre night for him. 3 RBI and he went over. Vasquez, as we said, 2 for 4 with 3 RBI. James Outman started tonight for the Dodgers, and he's been, by the way, tearing it up in AAA Oklahoma City. Tonight, again, I don't know what it is about when he gets to the major leagues. He is so uncomfortable and so awkward, although his first at bat tonight, first pitch swinging, lasered one down to first base, unfortunately, right into France's glove, and doubled up Rojas, who had gotten on base just prior to his at bat. Hit the ball hard there, struck out the next time up, fielder's choice the third time up, but still doesn't seem to be comfortable. I mean, he's hitting out of an 0-2 hole almost every single time. It's just kind of head scratching and mind boggling. I haven't you may or may not know his uncle is my cousin, not my cousin. His uncle is my buddy, college friend. And we haven't discussed what's going on with his career in the last, I don't know, month and a half, 2 months. But last time I texted with him about OUTMAN, the whole family is just absolutely completely beside themselves, can't figure out why he cannot translate what happens in AAA Oklahoma City to the major leagues. After a really good rookie season last year, this year has been an utter disaster. His batting average is 111 and his OPS is 526. So Craig thinks it's a mental block. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's one of these guys that, claims to be very level-headed, doesn't get too high when things are going well, doesn't get too low when things are going badly. But I just don't see how this sort of lack of success time and time again for him at the major league level doesn't creep into your psyche. It's got to. I mean, he can't get on a run. Even Conforto is starting to get base hits and starting to be more successful. They've given Conforto a longer runway than they've given OUTMAN for sure. But yeah, it's strange. It would be great if he could go out one night and just get 2 or 3 hits and put it all kind of behind him. And he did that, I don't know, a couple months ago, right before they sent him down. He had a home run and a base hit or something, and got on base a couple times anyway, and looked like maybe that it was a big win for the Dodgers. I'm like, maybe this will help him get out of it, but they sent him down right after, and he went down to Oklahoma City and got hot. So hopefully, he'll figure it out, but it seems like the confidence level is extremely low, as it is with this entire Dodger lineup. Anyone not named Shohei Ohtani or Will Smith. I mean, Freddie is starting to find his way a little bit. Again, on base tonight, 3 times, had a base hit, scored a run with a couple of walks, average at 293, on base 368. The slug is at 471. So, his OPS is over 800. Will Smith still red hot, leading the National League, 325 batting average, and Ohtani's homered 4 nights in a row. Paja's starting to find it again. Homered yesterday, homered tonight. So that's all good. The Dodgers just need to find some pitching. I have to imagine they'll be focusing hard on that at the trade deadline, as they send what's his name? Blanking on his name. Who finished last night's game and then left early? Tanner Scott. They put him on the DL with a arm strain. We were discussing what happened as to why he left the game early. I wasn't watching because I was in here getting ready for the show. But you guys commented that he was grabbing at his leg, but they put him on the IL with a arm issue, pending an MRI. So we'll see what happens there. I don't think we're losing too much sleep over that. Again, he hasn't been consistently good. It's been up and down and all over the place. But tonight we saw 2 guys that we haven't seen before. Diaz came in through 1 inning, struck out 1, gave up 1 hit. Looked okay. Will Klein has been good tonight. Not so much. 3 walks, which turned into 3 runs after Enriquez threw the ball to the warning track in right field. But again, an inning 2/3, 1 strikeout, the rest zeros. Jack Dreyer bumpy, 1 earned run, 2 hits in the 9th. Struck out 2 though, and Kasparis was a gas can. Couldn't even get an out. So, it's just up and down and inconsistent, and that is just not going to get it done. So I have to imagine they are looking hard at adding at least 1 arm, if not 2. So we'll see what happens at the trade deadline. That's going to do it for tonight. 10-7, the final. Dodgers lose. They've dropped 11 of their last 14. They're now 59-43, 4 games up on the Padres, 6.5 up on the Giants in the West. Twins now 49-52. Tomorrow, the rubber game as the Dodgers look to take this series. The matinee underway a little after 1 o'clock. Dodgers Stadium, the matchup will see Tyler Glasnow take on Chris Paddock, former Padre there. So that'll be a good matchup. Paddock, though, 3-9 with a 5+ ERA. Glasnow 1-1 with a 3.1 ERA. We'll be here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel to break it down when it is over. So make sure you join me here. Instant reaction, the Locked On Dodgers postcast after every game. We will share our thoughts, commiserate the way things are going lately. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And of course, as always, thanks for your comments. Take care. Have a good night. We'll talk